Very good. It's the wrong way.
Just stop it. Wait, where that comes in. Is that a City shirt?
No, they're going to tip me.
Okay, well, how are you? I think it's the first chance we've had to have a chat with you after signing a new deal here in Auckland. It seems like a long time ago.
It was actually,
I read somewhere yesterday it described you as a contract rebel. I can't really see you as being a sort of rebellious...
Yeah, no, I didn't get that either, to be fair. No, it took a little while longer, but there was nothing ever in it. You know, we were always, you know, really good and everything, so I was happy to get everything sorted. It was really good. So,
and in terms of the decision you make, it's because the club's going in the right direction.
Exactly, yeah. You know, I've been here for a long time now, and it's, you know, steadily improved, and it's not the right time for me to go anywhere else, definitely. So no, I was really happy to sign here, because it's, you know, it's my home at the minute, and like I say, I've been here a long time, and I've enjoyed every minute. So there's no reason for me to even think about doing anything else. So.
And I imagine part of that is also based on the way you've played your own football and the form you've had here, and the kind of progression you've made.
Yeah, definitely the progression I've made. I think I've sort of come along with the club as well at the same time. So sort of mimics each other really, and yeah, like I say, I'm enjoying myself still, and it was nice to get that done. When
you look back on the decision to come here, firstly on loan, and then obviously to sign up here, was that based on it? And is there a loyalty thing? Is that something we kind of invent?
No, there is a loyalty thing. Yeah, definitely. I feel at home here. Everything, you know, every year I've been here, it's sort of got better and better. So hopefully we can do it again. And yeah, from when I first arrived, I think it's been a good move for me, and yeah, one I've definitely looked back on, you know, fondly.
And in terms of that, I mean, there's a lot of talk about clearly Manchester City and young players and the value of the loan. You went through the loan system. You see the value in that. Yeah. Is it horses for courses, or is it one?
It works for some. It doesn't work for others. I mean, it varies. I went out sort of at a later stage, and a lot of lads are going out now. It worked for me to leave it that little bit longer to go out on loan. And gain that first team experience, just for the way I was sort of built, the position I played in and stuff like that. I think it worked well. I think it does help players, you know, getting that experience in a first team as soon as possible. But then again, I think if you go in there too early, I think it can hinder some players. So it has to be looked at carefully, and you know, the right people are there, I'm sure, to work that out and to decide when and who goes where.
There's been a lot said about the City youngsters in particular at the moment, Phil Foden. But is there a value for him playing alongside? Because the City that he's playing alongside and the one that you were are almost chalk and cheese.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for someone like him, I think it's great experience him getting, you know, drip fed in a little bit. He's only a young lad still, getting experience to play with these players, to train with them week in, week out, and just to get that bit of experience. There's no rush for him to go anywhere at the minute, I don't think, for him. And I think he needs to, you know, grow into a man as well, I guess, and he's at the right place to do that, definitely. And I think that experience for him is gonna work wonders, and obviously the staff have got their helps as well. So.
And you've played City plenty of times. Yeah. Yourself, I mean, is it still more special than the most?
Yeah, it's a fixture I look for, obviously. You know, I enjoy going there and playing. I enjoy them coming here, to be fair, as well. So, you know, it's a fixture I look for, and it's always a tough one. And the way the club's gone, it's always an enjoyable fixture to play against these top class players. Yeah.
It's the first time for Joe to do it.
Yeah.
Has he spoken about that at all?
No, he's not actually. Not really. Not really said too much about it, but I'm sure he's looking forward to it. To going back there, he's well thought of at the club. I know that, and yeah, I'm sure he'll enjoy going back.
And just in terms of going into the break, 7 points from 9, a bit of momentum. But after the Hull game, did that break come at the right time? Because that wasn't really a Burnley.
No, yeah, we were a bit disappointed with the performance overall. You know, but we got 7 points out of 9, like I said. So it was a good little run that we had together. But yeah, it was a funny one, because you know the break at the time. You know, sometimes you look forward to the break. Sometimes you think it comes at a good time, but it was a bit indifferent, really. I don't know whether it was a good one or a bad one, really, to have. But you know, we've had a good few sessions, and lads have been away on international duty, and yeah, we look forward to the next few games. A couple of big games coming up for us.
And we make comparisons with what happened last season, because it was so special. But you kind of getting back into that stride, or a feeling of it?
Yeah, I think so. You know, we've had to raise our performances. You know, the results have been good. You know, from a bit of a tough start that we had, we're sitting well in the table at the minute, and yeah, I think we can push on and get our performance. Like I said, we've got 2 tough games, so it'll be really good for us to see where we're at and see if we can get anything against these 2 big teams.
Ben, just going back to Joe Hart, what sort of an influence has he been around the place since coming in?
Yeah, you know, he's a good character. He's a big character, an experienced character, and to have someone with his experience around the group, it always helps. And yeah, I get on with him well personally, so it's good to have him around, definitely.
It's a type of experience that not many of the other lads have as well, that playing in the Champions League, consistently challenging for big trophies. Does that rub off on other people, the way he prepares for matches, the way, I don't know, the way he maybe mentally approaches?
Yeah, the way he looks at games. Yeah, definitely. It gives us a good insight. I mean, even sort of playing against these top teams, he knows what it feels like to be in that top team, and to have someone like us come and play up against them, and he knows that it's especially at our place, it's a tough place to go for these big teams, and we need to sort of make sure that we don't make it easy for them. And you know, he's been on the receiving end of a few tough games against us, I'm sure, and he knows what it feels like.
When he arrived, it felt in some ways like he had a point to prove, considering that City had loaned him out a few times and now let him go permanently as well. Do you think this will be a game where he has a special type of I can't remember the word, a special type of motivation? Thank you, David.
Good word.
A special type of motivation for.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have to ask him that, but I'm sure there's something there. You know, it's always good going back to places you've played, and you know, he has been sort of, I guess, written off in the past, and you know, people have said things, but he's still a top keeper, and you know, I'm sure he wants to prove that he's still a top keeper.
Thank you.
Ben, just going back to the loan situation, I mean, you know, it's 10 years since you won the Youth Cup. Now players are getting loaned out to Germany and they're playing in the Bundesliga. Can you see the attraction of that? And is there a danger for English football that some of the top young players in this country will end up playing abroad because they can't get games here?
Yeah, but I mean, you see a lot of foreign talent coming to our country and developing their game in our country. To be honest, if a player can go and develop in another country and get, you know, that experience that he can't get, sometimes I don't think it's too much of a bad thing. I mean, obviously, ideally, we want to keep our best talent in our country, but I think for young lads to make that decision to go and experience another culture, another you know, different bit of football style of play, it can only help them and help our country to create better players.
But there's a general feeling that we've got a lot of fantastic 17, 18, 19 year olds, and they've got to become top 23, 24, 25 year olds, and there's a gap in the middle, and that's...
No, it's always been a problem, I think, for you know, for the last, well, it's not always been a problem for the last 10, 15 years, I think, to have that gap. And I think different age groups have changed. You know, there's 17s, 18s, 23s now in the reserve teams to try and get that sort of, you know, gap, sort of, I guess, for players who develop a little bit later, I guess. But it is a tough one. I don't really know what the solution would be. But like I say, you know, it'd be nice to develop him in our country. But you know, sometimes I think lads might be able to develop different kinds of players in other countries, maybe on occasions. So
it must be difficult. I mean, us sat on this side and not blessed with the footballing talent that someone like you have, and you want an outlet for that, and it must be very frustrating sometimes.
Yeah, I'm sure for a lot of young lads it is frustrating, definitely. You know, you kind of want to get on with your career as quickly as can, and you want to come on the scene and show what you can do and stuff. And I think a lot of young lads just need that patience to develop and to you know, to come onto the scene at the right time, I guess. You know, I'm sure it's frustrating for a lot of young lads at these big clubs now, because you know, there's a lot of competition, I guess. But I think patience is a big thing, and you know, sometimes things can come too quickly for young lads, and I think just having that patience, I guess.
And the under-23 league doesn't really cut it for players, does it?
I don't really have any experience of it, to be fair. It's a difficult one. Yeah, it's a difficult one for me to comment on, to be fair.